聞こえますでしょうか？英検準2級の勉強を始めさせていただきます。と、前回32個の文章を読むっていうのを、前回、前々回、前々前回合わせて3回やりました。で、今回はまたやる形なんですけど、そろそろ日本語訳が頭に染みついてきたなっていうような気もしなくもないみたいな状態なので、まだ一旦日本語訳をざっと目を通してから、英語の方を読む。で、日本語訳を目を通したときに、こんな英語があったような気がするなっていうのを思い出すって感じで、読んでいこうと思います。でちょっと、よいしょ。はい、始めます。I read this article on the front page of the newspaper today, Eddie. Now I've been busy preparing for my presentation for today's class on finance. Inter- Interestingly enough, it says here that many of the crimes against the elderly are not committed by native people, but by foreign residents. I don't think the writer of this article is making a valid remark. He's showing her prejudice against foreigners. It's not reasonable just to blame foreigners for crime. In fact, most crimes are committed by local people. Sorry, Ben. Can we discuss it later? I have to finish my homework now. い2秒に1人の割合で赤ん坊が生まれている。そのため、Indiana has a population of around 1 billion people. Every 2 seconds, another baby is born. For the middle of the 21st century, more people will be living in India than in China. That will give India the world's biggest population. India's rapidly growing population has made homelessness a very serious problem there. 宇宙か万里の長城見れるんですね。あ、本当に。北方の敵の攻撃ってどこだって。The Great Wall of China is one of the biggest structures in the world. Also, it is the only construction made by humans that can be seen from space. Now it runs about 6 kilometers east and over this about 90 meters in height. It was built to protect China from its enemies in the north. あ、多分、あ、going to the pub for a beer is a daily custom for most people in England. A pub is where not only men but women go to have a drink and talk with friends. All pubs serve homemade lunch that is very popular among office workers. On One can also play a game of darts or billiards. Most parks are named after famous people, royalty, and animals. The name is hung on a sign outside the park. In 19th uh, Theodore, Theodore Teddy Roosevelt was president of the United, United States. That era he traveled to Mississippi to enter in disagreement over land between the states of Mississippi and Los Angeles. Louisiana. Why there the president went hunting? As a hunt, he saw bear but refused to try it. Some said this was because it was just a baby. Others said the bear had been caught so the president could shot it, and that Roosevelt thought this was unfair. A March starts in the United States. People often use cars, even to go shopping. In addition, many people do not belong to any local uh, churches or clubs. As a result, they have less chance of getting to know their neighbors, and so they feel lonely. Disney uh, planners decided to breed celebration in a way that would solve this problem. The shopping areas have been built close to people's homes. It is hoped that people will walk instead of using their cars. Many uh, churches and clubs have also been created. Disney hopes that their things will help people get to know one another. Hmm, yeah. Thank you for consulting to give an interview to the student newspaper. Professor Jones, I want to ask you some questions about your life as a foreign, foreign teacher at our university. How, how is teaching in Japan different from teaching at an English university? Well, in England, I spend most of my time giving lectures. I also have to arrange student conference and attend meetings of the staff committee. Here I can work more independently and I have more time to conduct research. Japan has a repression repression as being a difficult place for foreigners to work. But for me, it's a really rewarding experience, and it's never boring. About 16% of Japanese junior high school students go to crime school or juku. This means they have busy schedule and little time to drugs. Even so, the number of children is decreasing. Crime schools are still booming. Students go to their school in order to prepare for entrance examination. OK。これね、コカ・コーラ。最近は、学校子供たちが、要は今日、そう、何か、これどういうことなの？学校では一つの企業の飲み物しか売ることは、それらの企業は学校の塀や校庭にここを出す。なんかね、ビジネスすぎるよ。OK。Until recently, schools were on place where children could escape from us, but companies have been finding new ways to bring commercial messages into the classroom. The markers of Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola, for example, have each paid millions of dollars to schools in the state of Colorado. Now, only on companies' drinks can be sold at each school. The companies can also put advertisement advertisement on school roads and in high ground. The schools have used the money they have received to buy musical instruments and sporting goods and new computers. 帰国子女と呼ばれている。A growing number of Japanese children are spending several years of their childhood living abroad with their families before coming back to Japan. The children are called returns, despite the fact that many of them have attended Japanese schools abroad. They frequently experience difficulties getting uh, accustomed accustomate made to everyday life in Japan. For this reason, there are special schools which help returnees adjust to life back home. To help the children stay in school, UNICEF is working with the Peruvian government to carry out a new program called 2 for 1. And this program, first and second grade students are taught by teenage volunteers from local high schools. 2 for 1 targets children from poor families who are doing badly at school. The children meet in group with the volunteers outside of school hours, and each group circuits a study project to work on for 8 weeks. The projects help children improve their uh, reading and writing ability while developing social skills through group work. Group work ね。グループワーク活動を通して。The Friday School Week was first introduced by public schools in rural areas, mainly in the western part of the U.S. Currently, many of the students in their areas live off farms that offer from schools. It is not uncommon for them to spend over their hours every day on school business. This is not only in combination for students, mm, mm, in combination for students, but also very expensive for school because they have, have to pay for this price service. By running the business on rest day or week, students are able to save a lot of money. The shorter school week also helps them save on heating and writing costs. Do you feel now, Eriko? Do you have any appetite? I've only been awake for 3 hours for the operation. I still feel faint and fatigued. Fatigued かな。My throat hurt, and so do my lungs. I really don't want to eat anything yet, but these are Hudson said to you. He said he's confident that I'll get between soon. He said that most patients recover quickly. I just have to take their drugs for a month. Can you pass me a blanket, Tom? I feel a bit cold. Bit cold. ビットなんだ。ビットって。Sure, I I'll come back to the hospital to visit you again soon. パワーの話。Breathing is one of the ways we keep our body at a nice normal temperature. It is regular showers that washes the body from within. The sweat flows out through millions of tiny openings in the skin, and as it dries, the body cools down. The reason we suffer of humid gas is because the water while our skin can't dry easily. Sleep, according to scientists, is actually a very complicated process. During an average night, we pass through as many as seven sleep states. In addition, we will probably change our body portion at rest as many times as we change sleep states. One of the most important sleep states is called REM, for rapid eye movement. In fact, about the second part of our total sleeping time is spent in REM. It is during this time that we dream. According to Lucas, barefoot life has many advantages. The most important is simply that it feels good. He also says that working barefoot allows you to experience the ride directly by touching it with your feet. In addition, the feet do not smell as much because they stay dry, making it hard for uh, bacteria, um, bacteria to grow. And all because working barefoot keeps your feet in good shape. So it actually uh, hurts the reading choice. Sounds really thing. One important element in tea is caffeine. Not only does caffeine help improve the blood flow and the di- decision and division of food, it also increases mm, mental activity. In addition, mm, caffeine caffeine means can help you lose weight when consumed on an empty stomach. Before or during exercise. exercise. This is possible because it helps the body burn fat more uh, efficient, uh, efficiently. It also contains elements that are not believed to help lower uh, cholesterol cholesterol levels in the blood and prevent the growth of cancer cells. It is not yet clear whether eating less would have a similar effect on humans, but some people are already trying to live on a restricted humans now diet. Many of them find it very difficult because they must be careful to include enough uh, vitamins to stay healthy. But they also have trouble with uh, restricted diet because they enjoy eating restricted diet. Restricted diet. And because they enjoy eating, most scientists say it is not worth giving up your favorite food yet. They say people should wait until there is more evidence about the effects of restricted diet on their health. Well, did you go for your spring vacation in Keith? M- my uh, parents rented a cabin, a cabin in the countryside. It was made of wood. It was quite primitive cottage, really, but very uh, comfortable. It was a long drive to get there. We left at dawn and we didn't arrive at our destination until late in the afternoon. But the landscape was beautiful. But did you do there? We had a lot of leisure time. The first day we wandered around in the forest, and the next day we hiked through a canyon. We got buried in mud, but it was really enjoyable. We decided to spend her summer vacation in Brazil. On the day of her uh, departure, however, she was very upset to hear that the flight she had reserved was cancelled. cancelled. The man at the counter said he was sorry about the trouble and got her a seat on another flight, but Emily had to wait for 3 hours and just to get on the price. Welcome to the Central Hotel, Los Angeles. May we suggest that after a long day of sightseeing, instead of eating out in a noisy, crowded restaurant, why not order from our room service menu and eat it in the comfort of your room? If you should require this service, and please do not uh, hesitate to contact the operator. Thank you. In 1937, Earhart faced her biggest and challenge event. She attempted to become the first woman to fly around the world on dry ground, having uh, already completed 3 quarters of the trip. Earhart and her navigator left New Guinea and fly for as of the practice Pacific. A U.S. ship was waiting near Holland Island, where a hunt planned to start next. 8 hours after setting out, they sent a message to the ship telling them that she was running out of fuel. This was the last message they heard from her. この衛星が地球上Virgin satellite, the satellite, imagine satellite moving through space, carrying messages and information from millions of people of Earth. If the satellite, satellite, satellite come back to us through thousands of years from now, it would be a time capsule, a source of information that could teach future uh, generations about the past. And this image will soon become a reality when the KR satellite is sent into space in time. A French artist and JMP come up with the idea of creating a time capsule that will carry information about the world today. And French scientists and engineers are now working on the project. airlines will offer new service to make airline flights more enjoyable, and traveling by air will become an experience people will always remember. Some of the things airplanes designers are thinking about will require entirely new airplanes. For instance, a jumbo jet with two floors will have individual and passenger um, bedroom. They might even have restaurant. One will not arrive. Airline gives passengers special glasses to use when they watch movies. The glasses give you the feeling that you are watching the movie on a 16 wide screen. In the near future, um, virtual, virtual reality headset and multimedia features that offer internet access and live TV will be found on many airplanes. レストランの料理がまずいって話ですね。Excuse me, are you the restaurant manager? Yes, means. I mean, how many are help you? I heard that this restaurant has a reputation for quality cooking, but to be frank, I'm very disappointed with our meat. The sauce on my fish has a bitter taste. It should have a more delicate and made a mild flavor. And my friend's cooking is still a bit raw. I'm very sorry, money, money, I take away the practice immediately. Of course, there will not charge on your bill for the disease. We want all our customers to be content with our service. And please accept my apologies for this incident. うん、まあ、家で料理をすることが少なくなった話。Nowadays, people do less cooking at home than they used to. It's very easy to order food like pizza by phone or to buy ready to eat meals at convenience stores. People also eat out a lot on the food. Restaurants now make 3 times as much money as they did 25 わかんない。25 years ago. 席は日本人、これお茶の話2回目ですね。日本人はお茶を飲んでいる。席のまま風呂にぶち込んでるやつもいるし、健康にいいって信じてるやつもいる。For centuries, for centuries, The Japanese have been drinking green tea. Nowadays, people use it in other ways too. For example, some people add tea leaves to the food they cook. Others put tea powder into their bones water to help them drugs. Many people believe that green tea is good for the healthy. 買い物アドバイス。メロンを買うときは、まず硬いやつから2、3日台所のカウンターの上に置け、指でそこの部分をちょっと押してみろ。台所の手触りになり始めて食べ頃。First, some shopping advice. When looking for melons, be sure to buy a melon while it is still hard, and leave it on the kitchen counter for a few days. Then toast it bright and pressing the bottom gently with the fingers. When the fruit begins to feel soft, it is ready to eat. よいしょ。ダチョウの肉の話ですね。中国は好奇心が、てかまあ、私ここにもすると、ダチョウの肉を食うと、で、今日、不義病と呼ばれる病気が広まったっていう話で、ヨーロッパの多くの人が、牛肉よりダチョウの肉を食うっていう、なった話が。A new kind of meat can be seen in the supermarkets and restaurants of several places around the world, including China and Hong Kong. Ostrich meat. The meat, which is healthier than beef and even chicken, offers a taste that many people prefer even to the finest beef. Ostrich meat was first bred in China, where people are always willing to experiment when it comes to food. In early in 1996, and the popularity of ostrich meat began to increase worldwide. After news over quickly and spreading and sickness caused mad car disease and correlated. Many people are from eating beef in Europe. chocolate was once regarded as a gift from the gods. It is made from the embrace of the cacao tree, which is also called uh, Theobro- uh, Theobroma Broma, Theobroma cacao, meaning food of the gods. A cacao tree must be grown in the shade where the average temperature is 27から28 degrees. It also needs quite a large amount of rainfall, at least 1.2 meters per year. The cacao tree is kept to a height of between 5 and 8 meters. A single tree can live for up to 14 years, and some have even been not to live for as long as 200 years. 同社の同様しちゃってるみたいだけど、中心とひどい口論。卒業後どうすればいいか。もっと勉強しよう。うるさい。彼らのことを考えてないからって言われて、キャンプ旅行も取りやめろと脅してきたんだ。それは大変だ。What's the matter? You look upset. Oh, I had an awful argument with my uh, parents today. We discussed what I should do after graduation, and during constant, constantly interfering and telling me to study harder. They said that I frustrate frustrate them because I'm not thinking about my future, and that I'm running my future job um, prospects by not making more effort to pass my exam. They even threatened to cancel my company trip, and that's too bad. It sounds like your parents are very strict. 1967年3月生まれトンプソンジャングルで姿を一人散歩をテレビにでもの銃で撃たれてしまいトラックはまた撃ってある。In March 1967, during a visit to uh, Malaysia, Thompson suddenly disappeared in the jungle. He went out for a walk by himself and was never seen again. There was a huge search to find him, but even now no one knows what really happened to Thompson. Some people believe he was shot, while others thinking he was hit by a truck or that he simply got sick and died in the jungle. はい。32個終わりました。前回より4分多くて10分余ったか、これ。10分余ったぞ。この10分は、定着させる時間にする。よいしょ。どうしてもね、articular place in newspaper to be ready? ここら辺はいいわ。disagreement, agreement, state and guarding in addition 追加にさらに addition in addition belong to 何々所属する do not していない not belong to any work as a result 結果 consenting 同意する conference commit パーティーも目通してる。あれ、俺どこに詰まってたんだなんか、decreasing まあ、ディクリースだよな。ディクリースの現在進行形みたいな。これかあ、スクリシェル、from、あれ、コマーシャル、リターニーか。リターニーでいいな、多分。リターニーかな。リターニー、国史上、despite、うん。government try out train volunteer targeted battery 俺なんか繋がってない、いまいちなんか繋がってないなっていうの結構あるんだけど、なんでだgroup work ability なんでだ The Friday School Week てかあれだな、俺、いまいちなんか、これを3って呼んでいいのかどうなのかって、いまいちわかんない時があるんだよ。これちょっと、どこだ探せ。3時間。3、これ3なのかなと、3、3、2、1、1、1、1。どうだ ?THRE、3、3、ビギネスト。これ、ビッグの最上級バージョンみたいなの無理。ビゲスト。 最大の、ああ、最上級やってた。マジでけえ。マジでけえチャレンジってことね。うーんと、あとは、そもそも、ごめん。申し訳ないんだけど、俺、英語の数字わかんない。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10わかるよ。2桁とかさ、4桁とか、トレ、トレ、あれ、えっと、19、なんか、10、12と20の違い、待って、12なの？ 13 と30の違い。アクセントが違うだけなんだよな。13が13。いわゆるアクセントだよな。で、13、13、13かな。13が13、13が30か。OK。じゃあこれは、あれ ?20、20、3、20、23、23。合ってんのか ?203 になるか ?20、とりあえず噛んだわ。ああ、明日からは数字を読めるようになったということで。うん、明確には数字を読めるようになったという。でっかい数字のなんかアクセントの違いがいまいちわかんない。13と13っていうノリっていうのはもう分かったよ。明日も8時から9時に勉強やるよ。で、また4、5回目になるかな。同じ文章を読むの。半分だよ、半分って感じで。10の半分。2分の1の量読むってことで。ありがとうございました。